I was born at a very critical movement in the history of the world. End of the Second World War, and India became independent. My childhood and youth had a spectrum of experiences which are fresh in memory. Probably our generation saw the maximum of change, mostly driven by science. To cite an example, our generation saw several kinds of fuels replacing one another: firewood, charcoal, kerosene, then cooking gas, and now electric ovens, microwaves, and induction cooking. And the story has just begun. In terms of food, there were tremendous shortages of everything. There were queues for everything. Now this changed sometime in the late 80s. And thanks to the several revolutions, the Green Revolution, where the food grain shortages were more or less wiped out, the White Revolution, where we became a big producer of milk in the country, and of course, we started growing in the industrial sector. India became the second largest producer of scooters in the world. The poultry industry, poultry farming. I remember in my childhood I would go to the market and wouldn't find eggs. To that abundance of eggs, which sometimes did not have a market. And things went on. The 1990s saw further changes with a lot of political changes in the whole world. And probably in the current decade that we are in, we have become a surplus economy. I might see my viewers raising their eyebrows. Let me give you information from the net and the electronic media. We are surplus in food grains. Millions of tons of grain is stashed in our godowns, and the government is planning to convert it into ethanol as an additive to petrol. The other day I was driving outside the city going birding, and on the roadside I saw dumps of tomatoes just being thrown out. The farmer brought it to some sale point and he couldn't sell them. Obviously there's no demand. I was reading an article on Japan about the ghost towns in Japan. There are several towns in Japan with not a single resident. And the effort of the government to give all kinds of shops to bring residents to this town are not very successful, or they're coming with mixed results. Coming back home, there's a reality boom in this country. You see skyscrapers coming all around you. Even the small towns are now witness to the growth of beautiful housing. I wouldn't say always affordable. Besides, the government has also pitched in to develop buildings. I happen to talk to some people who are in this line and actually visit some of these gated communities. While all the flats have been sold, the occupancy rate is not very high. I found that several flats are not occupied. There is no evidence of any human activity. Obviously, the occupancy rate is not very, very high. The reason being that a lot of people have taken this as an investment proposition and not as a need for residence. Look at the current mindset of the upward mobile younger generation. The norm today is 2 cars in the garage and 1 child in the house. And you walk into any house, I would say the upper middle class or upper middle class, you find a plethora of gadgets, mostly electronic. The kitchen is totally full of gadgets, entertainment, education, and the numbers far exceed the numbers of the family or the needs of the family. We are at a moment of time where electrical cars are making a very big entry into the transport sector. And already people are talking of replacing at least one of their cars with an electric vehicle. Just imagine the scenario. Just imagine the scenario out of millions of cars run on petrol and diesel becoming defunct. Why did this happen? It happened because of the Green Revolution. We had everything hybrid grain, hybrid animals, be it eggs or for milk or for food, copious use of pesticides and chemical fertilizers, artificial feeds for the animals, and a culture of consumerism because of the surplus income and the small family, that norms that took over all over the world. The attraction increased. Attractions and avenues for spending, be it on comfort, being on entertainment, be it on travel. Attraction for investment increased because of the boom in the markets. What is the situation today of all this change? There's a rapid change in lifestyle. I remember a book which I read probably in the 1980s by Alvin Toffler called The Third Wave, where he talked about a culture of work from home. At that time, it looked utopian, but today it's a reality. And there are several large companies which have declared that post COVID also this is going to be the norm, at least in a good percentage of their workforce. There's a revolution in lifestyle because of science and greater awareness about everything created by the electronic media. Lifestyles have become healthier with greater and greater demand for organic foods. The biggest bastion for science, allopathic medicine, is now undergoing a dramatic change. Names like Dean Ornish and Wigmore come to my mind. Alternative medicine is gaining popularity, and things like yoga, naturopathy, Chinese medicine have become common lingo in every home. Let me dream of the tomorrow, which I may not or may see partially. With the culture of work from home and with all facilities coming to your doorstep, like the bank, like the barber, or the beauty parlor, or the doctor. Coming to your doorstep, the requirement of transport, or that matter, a large wardrobe where you worked 7 days a week is no more necessary. Increased use of organic foods. The philosophy of vegan, I hope I pronounced this correctly, vegan, I suppose. I was watching a video which said there are 40 million vegans in the Western world. Add to it the Asian vegetarians who for religious reasons do not consume animal meat. Consciousness about your health. In spite of being gifted with the most modern transport facilities, cycling, walking to work or for your daily course is gaining ground. Coming back to the topic of medicine, there's a branch of medicine that is coming into vogue called integrative medicine, and this is to a large extent prompted by people from the allopathic fraternity. It's called integrative medicine, where the basic principles of various medical systems are being integrated at the basic principle level, not at the application level. I really wonder, has life taken a full circle? Does a reverse shift from synthetic to natural fabrics? Metal, porcelain, and glass are replacing plastic, which was just the other way around a few decades ago. A small revolution has already begun in the packaging industry, where synthetic packaging was the norm, is again going back to biodegradable organic packing alternatives. With the change in emphasis and greater awareness, today all good part of our entertainment is electronic controlled. I already see a trend where electronic entertainment might give way to entertainment based on nature. More and more leisure activities would be nature-based. Hiking, cycling, skiing, underwater driving, birding, and what have you, have become a full cycle. And if so, I think it is a happy augury. It's only a question of how quick you and me become agents of this change, because it is for our own well-being. I hope you enjoyed listening to me. I enjoyed talking to me. If you like my video, please share it with others and subscribe to my channel. Have a nice day. Meet you again.